The tilt is real.
Tilt is real.
This is when the tilt is real.
Welcome in to the Sunday Tilt with your hosts, the FF chef himself, Juan Carlos Pena, and John JAWN Swanson. It is Sunday, my dudes.
This is when the tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real. Good morning and happy Sunday, my tilters. Welcome in, and I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Join with me at the chef's table, my co-host, my best friend, Mr. Juan Carlos Pena, FF, one of a kind. What's going on, buddy?
My man. It is Sunday, my dudes.
Hey.
As our third best friend right here isn't here with us today, but he loves to say that, and everybody loves it. And the show started when he says it is Sunday, my dudes. Shout out, Mr. Swanson.
That's right. And the chat is already heating up a little bit, Juan.
Of course they are.
Man, we
The
had
Tilt squad.
some great tilting turkey day games, if you want to call them that.
They were good games.
Yeah,
At least you got good football.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew they were going to put a game on, Chef. And it's tough for the Bills. Like, they had to travel and play a home road game on Sunday, go back home real quick, pack another bag, and get back for a game on Thursday. And it's never easy. So I expected Detroit to keep it tight, but not that tight.
28-25, the Bills take it. And then, my team,
They were close, Chef.
we were depleted, man.
Yeah, but you put up a good fight, and you guys were close. It was a closer game than it seemed like at some time. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And we covered the spread.
Yeah.
Cha-ching!
Catch that.
And then also the last game of the night was New England, Minnesota. And now everybody thought New England was going to win this.
Yeah.
Cha-ching! Oh, yeah, your boy Chef took Minnesota.
Attaboy.
Let's go. But let's get right into the tilts, man, because we have some things lining up here. We got Zach in here. Good morning, Zach.
Morning Tilt Squad. Zach, Justin's in here. Dame Roche's in here.
Yeah, let's get into it a little bit. TS says he needs a wide receiver to stream, full PPR. Woods, Burks, Corey Davis, MVS, Hollins, Demarcus Robinson, or any outside top 35 you recommend.
I mean, that outside top 35, we talked about it at the beginning of the season, Chef. There's going to be like 50 wide receiver twos this year.
Yeah.
And any one of those guys on that list could put up a, top 15, top 20 performance on any given Sunday. And it's
Does it happen today, though? That is the real
these are some tough ones,
question.
though. I like all these that are listed right here. And I know he's owned, but he's a little lower. Like Drake London's like 44. He's a little lower than that. And I don't hate him today against the Mandos. Like, I don't hate that matchup. Demarcus Robinson has some injury concerns, though. As far as this list goes, I wasn't sure about that.
Robinson should be okay.
If he plays, I mean, he's going to be their number one target, right? I mean, Andrews, him, wait, 1A, 1B, if Andrews is playing.
Who really is intriguing here, and if you want to roll the dice on a top 35 wide receiver, is Treylon Burks.
Yeah.
He's got the matchup up against Cam Taylor-Britt, who is the backup for the Bengals. And man,
athletic young rookie and all that. Like, he's a young player. Like, he's athletic, but he is a backup. He's a fourth string corner, basically, fifth string corner.
Correct. Yeah, they're
stepping in.
depleted on that.
Mhm.
And we did see Tennessee start to open up the play action last week.
Yeah.
Tannehill had a really good game. Treylon Burks had an okay game. Robert Woods had a really good game. But I don't like the matchup with Woods up against Eli Apple.
Yeah, and he disappears a lot, Robert Woods. I feel like he might have had a good game, but he's been disappearing. There's games where he just
this is
doesn't
his
get
best game
targeted.
of the season.
Right.
Like we're probably not going to see that again.
Probably not.
So I really like that. I don't like Corey Davis as much.
Not really.
Matt Collins is interesting, to say the least, but I still don't like the matchup.
Feels like a lot of running in that game.
It seems like a lot of running all over the place. I mean, it's a toss-up between Burks and Demarcus Robinson for me.
Yeah. TS, I'd say upside Burks, floor Robinson.
That seems
Is that
fair.
okay?
Yeah. And I think maybe Robinson has a chance to hit that peak too.
Sure. But the big boom, like the big play boom, I feel like is more on the Burke side. Like if he's gonna hit a play action shot and go over the top, which they started to do, like you said, and if they learned anything, the Bengals from last year's performance is you got to stop Derrick Henry. So they're gonna try to focus on that, right? And
Right.
opens it up for Burke. So I like his chances. I don't hate that.
All right, let's get
Starting out
into
with a
it.
good one already, TS.
Yeah,
Thank
that was
you.
a good one,
Sheesh.
TS. Thank you. Justin, yo guys.
The
Also,
unpaid intern Justin.
Von Miller got hurt.
Indeed. But
Yeah, the one thing that I noticed before this game even started, like really started to pick up, Von Miller was already hurt.
you think so?
For sure. There was one play where he came off the edge and the running back went right by him. He did not even try to go to him. And you could tell he was sluggish. And I think this just added insult to injury.
So he knew he was already like almost.
I think he was
pop, so
already
a
banged
little
up.
hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
And try to play through it. He's a warrior.
Mm.
That hurts for them though, for the Bills.
Dame Roche, what's up, bud? Good morning, gentlemen. Hope all is well. Fly, Eagles, fly. Not up in here.
I like it.
All right.
I don't hate it. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I don't hate it.
He says he does have one wide receiver spot open and one flex, who should I fill in these positions? I have Devontae Smith, Lazard, Olave, Sutton, Najee Harris, and Pacheco right now on the bench. Full dynasty league. Holla. I like that. Well, Olave screams upside.
Nice little dynasty squad right there. Yeah, Olave does scream upside. He's always liable to go up top and get a home run for you. Like I love those players.
Najee Harris's usage has been going up and up. I want to check his matchup.
He's up in the 80s and 90s for yards the last couple of weeks, so he's been getting the work.
Yeah, and he's almost healthy now, so that's something to think about too.
There was a little bit of injury concern with Devontae Smith, Lazard in that same game. That's going to be tonight. They are calling for rain for tonight for that game, which I will be at. Your boy will be up in the stands. Yeah, a little night game, a little Packers Eagles tonight. I'll be there on site. I can't have Justin and Zach and these guys be the only ones that go to the games and give us reports from the sidelines. Like I want to do a little sideline reporting. Yeah, so
that's funny.
That's an interesting game. I don't love Lazard with that matchup against those corners in Philly, and if they're calling for a little rain, that game is sluggish. So I'm going to lean more towards the last three guys and maybe even Pacheco as far as my options. But I like Olave and the upside and Najee's usage.
Yeah, if it's going to be a running back, I would take Najee over Pacheco.
Yeah.
But I think it's Olave. I really do.
Yeah, I'm staying away from Sutton and Russ.
If you could stay away from Sutton, that's great.
And Olave is a really good alternative for that. I like.
And New Orleans is going to have to pass to keep up with San Francisco. I think it's just.
And it's the only place they're kind of vulnerable. The 49ers defense is in the secondary. They can get beat.
DeMondre Lenore, third string cornerback.
Yeah.
I mean, the other side's fine. Like Jimmy Ward's there, Travarius Ward's there, but no Emmanuel Mosley. Yeah. So that is the that's where Olave is going to eat, and I think that might be the plan there. If you want to go up and look at Devontae Smith against Rasul Douglas, I don't trust that Green Bay secondary as much to give me some points. They are they can be vulnerable.
Yeah, but
they've been stout.
They were supposed to be stout, and they struggled for a little while when they had problems with the front. When they first lost Rashawn Gary in that pass rush, it kind of hurt them for a couple games. But Douglas, Stokes, Jair Alexander are three good corners, and you're supposed to have a good secondary when you have three pretty good corners like that, or great ones in the case of Alexander. But Alexander's probably going to shadow AJ Brown if they let him. They do like to play that zone and soften up. So yeah, I'm gonna leave.
We're going Olave?
Yeah, I'm going to leave that matchup, the Packers and Eagles matchup, which could be an ugly defensive game, and the Eagles could try to win that game like 20-10 or something. And yeah, not a lot of points there. You could say the same for the San Francisco 49ers and the Saints game, but Olave has that chance because he's got the vulnerable corner matchup.
Yep.
So let's go Olave for sure. And then Najee.
Oh, wait, is it one wide receiver spot? Oh, and one flex.
Yeah, he's got a flex.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why you would keep mentioning Najee, because I take Najee over Pacheco. So
would you put Najee over Lazard and Devontae Smith?
Yes.
I'll ride with you.
Yeah.
I'll ride with you.
Play
Najee today.
Yeah, Najee and Olave.
I think he gets a decent amount of work.
Good tilt, though, Dame Roche, early on.
Yeah, with the dynasty tilt. Love it. Love it. Check out the Dynasty Happy Hour.
DHH, baby.
I'm rocking it today, actually. Let's go. All right, Justin wants to come in. He says, Boyd or Foreman? Now, I had a conversation with, I believe it was James Madison from the chat about Foreman, and is this a week where we can play him? And that's where I am at. Oh, it's so tough. So tough to decipher Foreman with that offense with Sam Darnold taking the helm. Like, that is just insanity.
Yeah, it's been 4 weeks since we saw Tyler Boyd have a really good game. He blew up for 155, and then since then he hasn't gone over like 40 yards, even without Chase being out. And there's a chance Chase plays, right?
Jamar Chase?
Yeah. Is he officially out? Because he was questionable all week. And he was spotted at practice like Wednesday, so we'll find out.
Last night was like they gave a injury report earlier in the day that he might not play, that he was doubtful to play, and then late last night it came out that he was still questionable and is a game time decision. I don't know if I can trust Jamar Chase. First game back, question marks all around, even if he does play. So Boyd is an interesting character. Deontay Foreman up against Denver is icky.
I know, it's a good defense.
It's very icky, even if he is getting a lot of the work. But I mean, if this is the only options that you have, I'm gonna go Deontay Foreman because Tennessee's defense has been really good.
Yeah. And that's, again, a game that they're going to want to keep low scoring, give the ball to Derrick Henry. Maybe the game script isn't Joe Burrow's throwing it all over the field and Boyd gets all those options.
I mean, I think it would have to be simply because Joe Mixon's out. So maybe Samaje Perine gets a lot of passing work. Like we saw last week. What did he score? 3 touchdowns with Joe Mixon out?
Yeah.
So that's something that
the only thing that scares me about Foreman is that he did it against the Bucs, which is a good run defense, and he surprised everyone. But then the other 200-yard games that he had were against Atlanta. And I feel like everybody kind of has success against Atlanta. So he scares me a little, but he is going to get the volume. He's going to get 10 carries, 15 carries. You know what I mean? So
yeah, whether or not he gets into the end zone is a question mark. But I mean, he's going to give you at least a decent floor, maybe 10 points. Which is about where Boyd may land.
Right, and he has a better chance of falling in the end zone than Boyd does. So, I mean, let's go Foreman, Justin.
All right, well, we'll put it this way. If Jamar Chase doesn't play Boyd. Just for the more opportunity.
Okay.
If Jamar Chase does play, go Foreman side and get your floor.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. That's a very good question, too.
Yeah. They always are.
Dame Roche, non-PPR. Oh, standard.
Like OG.
He says, I do have Mixon. He is out, so my backup on the bench is Rachaad White. Is he good? Is he a good start for me today? Or should I find somebody else? No, fire him up.
Yeah.
No Leonard Fournette. It's been the usage has been tilting towards his way anyway, and Cleveland is terrible up against the run.
They are.
So I'm going to say, fire up Rachaad White, even though it's not in there. Cleveland's 31st against fantasy running backs. And if Rachaad White gets all the work today, he's definitely going to be looking like a star the way he should be. He is the future for this franchise. And I am so mad that I had to drop him to waivers like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but 3 weeks ago he was non-existent.
I know, but I was holding him from the draft.
And then he had the bye last week. Oh, you drafted him, and I got you. I did that with Pacheco. And
I drafted him, and I think I drafted him. No, I'm peeping at the draft board now. Nope, I did not draft him.
You just picked him up early.
But it was a good early pickup that I was just holding on to. Same thing with a couple other players that I did this week, but I'm fantasy bound, fantasy finals bound in my eyes anyway. But start Rachaad White. You hope.
I need to reel off some wins, and I play you this week.
You play me this week, and I'm up by 107 after Thursday, man.
Yeah, so you had a really good Thanksgiving. Won a couple bets. You got a big lead on your boys. All right, though. Don't call it a comeback. I'm here.
I mean, if I beat you this week, you're out.
I'm eliminated, I know.
And you held on to Watson for no reason.
I held Watson to the hopes that I was going to the playoffs.
I mean, if you would have traded me Watson for Jonathan Taylor.
Did you offer that, though? No.
Did you?
No.
All right.
I'm trying to win, man. I got CMC. I got a shot. Anytime you got CMC, you got a shot. And for years you could be like, and I got Aaron Rodgers too. That's worthless now.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
Mm-mm.
Giuseppe, what's up? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Sutton or Ayuk and Kamara or Rashad White PPR. So I knew we were going to get some Rashad White.
All Ayuk does is catch touchdowns. He doesn't even do anything else. He just catches touchdowns.
I mean, if that's all you need him to do, that's great.
Yeah, that's fantasy.
I'm not sure if Marshawn Lattimore is playing in this
questionable. Him and Cam Jordan both were questionable for that defense.
I want to check that real fast.
Which changes things a little bit if he's not in there. I mean, he wasn't going to shadow Ayuk anyway, probably.
Questionable. No, not shadow him.
No, he wasn't going to.
But he was going to cover him. And yeah. I think maybe they get him back today for the first time in, 4 weeks?
Yeah, I'd like to try that out, though. If I'm the Niners, I'm taking a shot and trying to see how he's working. See if you're really healthy, see if you're running. So Ayuk's going to have another chance to be able to get in the end zone this week.
And Cortland Sutton, man, I don't really trust Cortland Sutton. I'm going to go Ayuk.
Yeah, I'll go Ayuk with the receiver.
It's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. And look at the world that we're living in. Alvin Kamara or Rashad White? Like, that's a real question, and it's legitimate, Chef.
Why is it legitimate, Juan?
Well, because Kamara's going up against the 49ers.
Yep.
And he hasn't been getting the usage. And Taysom Hill likes to vulture touchdowns near the goal line. There's a lot of factors.
Give me Rashad White.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's going to be tough for you, Giuseppe. Like, I might not want to do that. That doesn't feel like it's something that you want to do, but the opportunity for the big game is definitely on Rashad White's side. So
yeah, and I mean, if I could pull up Kamara's usage, yeah, it's been a struggle. It really has, to be quite honest. Let's see Kamara's usage real fast. I mean, 12 for 42, 4 receptions for 47 yards against the Rams.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do against the San Francisco defense that is top notch?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go Rashad White.
Let's go Rashad White. Like you said, he's got the whole backfield. There's no Leonard Fournette. Brady seems to trust him. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know what Justin's saying in this one. Still picking off here. Olave, White, Pirine, Juju. I don't know what that means.
I would rank them White, Olave. No, White, Pirine, Olave, Juju. No, not against the Titans.
No, White, Olave, Juju, Pirine.
Yeah.
In that order, in my opinion.
Yeah. You can flip the bottom two for me, but yeah, healthy Juju back has been solid all year long. And the concussion's not like other injuries where you got to come back in easy.
Yeah.
He's full go.
And Justin wants to know, you guys like Edwards over 37.5 yards and Julio over 28.5. I don't like the Julio thing. I don't like to put money there with big question marks. Yeah, the payoff might be a little bit better, but I'm not sure about that. On the other side of it, Edwards, I don't mind it if he's going to lead that backfield.
Yeah. It's if, though. I hate that backfield right now. But yeah.
I mean, he averages about 65 yards a game, although he's only played one game this year. So maybe.
If he gets to work, it's his. That's an easy number. But with Drake there, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know.
It's a big question mark for Edwards.
Yeah.
That's what gambling's all about. Najee. Oh, Zach wants to know, Najee, Samaje Perine, Rashad White, Mike Evans, Tyler Boyd, Deontay Johnson, Paris Campbell need 2 running backs and 2 flex. He had Jacoby Myers and Amon-Ra play Thursday in my 1 and 2 spots and got Johnson and Boyd last night.
Wow, people are dropping Deontay, huh?
Maybe he made a trade.
Oh, maybe last minute trade, yeah.
All right, well, we're definitely rolling with Rashad White.
Mm-hmm.
We're on that page today, and he needs 2 running backs. So it's either Samaje or Najee.
Najee.
All right, I'll roll with you on the Najee.
Yeah, 99, 90. He's trending in the right direction. Let's ride the hot hand.
And then the wide receiver situation is icky. Mike Evans hasn't really been doing too much. Tyler Boyd, Deontay Johnson. I'm staying away from him
for now.
I don't trust him
for now. And what's this thing with Matt Ryan and Paris Campbell? Like the connection is like undeniable, right?
It's real.
He's like a top 12, top 15 wide receiver whenever he plays with Matt Ryan this year in the league. I know he's up there. You know,
he's actually ranked 35 wide receiver in PPR formats. Total.
Yeah, that's total though. But the games that he played with just Matt Ryan, I heard a stat the other day, and I forgot where I had it. Maybe Bill Barnwell, and it was like he's top 15 And so that's interesting, but I don't know how you stay away from Mike Evans.
I mean, can
You-
we find a way to justify staying away from Mike Evans?
Try. All the
Not
guys-
up against Cleveland.
No, I think you want to play him.
Yeah, I think you might want to play him in this one.
And he's healthy. They're coming off a bye. They're starting to get like now. This is when Tampa, you see him get the ball rolling. You see him start to get going. Things get serious. They ratchet up the seriousness, and he starts making big plays. And Brady starts to go to him near the goal line. I don't know how I bench Mike Evans there, but I'm going Najee, Rashad White, Mike Evans, and Paris Campbell.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from Tyler Boyd in this situation.
Yeah, you got better options there.
I mean, Paris Campbell has a great matchup this week.
Yeah, in that same game that Najee on Monday night. It's it's going to be a stinker of a game, but it's a good fantasy matchup game for those two guys. So yeah,
Big Greens coming
Big
in.
Greens.
Good morning, Big Greens.
Morning.
Speaking of Big Greens, we like Njoku or Higbee today. Ooh, tight end questions.
Higbee's like the only player you can play in that game for the Rams against Kansas City.
Yeah.
The only one. And
I mean, you could play Njoku up against Tampa. Tampa's 26th against fantasy tight ends, but we haven't seen Njoku play in a while.
Bit, yeah.
And Kansas City is like just as susceptible to the fantasy tight end, and there's like nobody left. Last report out is that even Allen Robinson may not play in this one. So that's like Tyler Higbee all day long for Bryce Perkins at quarterback. Because Matthew Stafford is
I know it's his only option. They have no O-line, no running game. That team is atrocious.
Oh, they have Cam Akers. They're saved.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But no, I like Higbee just for the only option at receiving. Tutu Atwell and Van Jefferson. No. Yeah. But I will play Higbee in this situation.
Yeah, Njoku only got 3 targets last week, and that offense looks crazy. And you know what they did down near the goal line? They almost had 2 more touchdowns. That Cleveland team, Brissett hit both tight ends right in the hands, and they both dropped it, but it was the backups and then the backup. It wasn't even Harrison Bryant. It was like the third string guy that got one, and he dropped it too. What target Njoku, my man? That would have been 2 touchdowns that Njoku could have had. So, yeah, I don't love it. He's not getting too many opportunities. I'd rather go with Higbee.
All right, so let's get to Eric Brewer. He's boarding a flight right now, so I don't have too long, but would you take Gus Edwards, Kenyon Drake, Garrett Wilson, or Nico Collins in half-point PPR?
Oh, half-point, damn it. What's happening with that?
I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson here. Yeah. I think with the connection with Mike White is real. It's going to happen just the same as we saw Flacco connect with Garrett Wilson. This team needs to win.
They need a spark. They need
a spark. They know that. They know Zach Wilson was trash. And they know Garrett Wilson is really, 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 really good.
The Bears D's all right. They've been playing a little better, but it's Trevor Siemian on the other side. I feel like there's going to be opportunity, and he's going up against Jalen Johnson probably who's going to be covering Garrett Wilson, and I think he can take him. He's a special athlete. He's a freak route runner, and again, Mr. Swanson loves to talk about that squeaky wheel, right? You need to grease that wheel up, and he was squeaky last week, and he got his quarterback benched.
Well, his quarterback got himself benched, right. Really. I mean, he should have been benched since he got drafted because he stinks.
Yeah.
It just took him 2 years to realize it. But, yeah, no, Garrett Wilson, fire him up in all formats. I don't care. I think he's going to get the yardage that he needs. He probably will get into the end zone this week. And I like him over Nico Collins, Drake, and Edwards. Drake is a touchdown dependent wide receiver at this point. Edwards,
I think he means Edwards Drake, like Gus Edwards or
Kenyon Drake.
So he's got that Baltimore backfield. I don't
want to split that.
No, I want to leave that alone.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson here and ride.
Yeah, that's a good point. I thought it was Drake London.
Yeah,
too many Drakes out there.
It would have made it different.
I got Drake here in the set. Yeah,
I might want to go. I don't know. Like if it was Drake London, I might want to go that way. But Garrett Wilson, I'll take in this tilt. Have a safe flight, Eric.
Yeah, be safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that one. My bad. Justin wants to know also, is Cook scaring you off of numbers? So you're talking about Dalvin Cook? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. His usage has been hit or miss. He's definitely not like an RB1 that we hoped he would be. He's not top 5 elite anymore. just because of the passing offense. And we kind of knew this was going to happen when Kevin O'Connell came into this organization. He likes to pass more. So yes, Dalvin Cook is a part of the offense. We've seen the usage trickle down. He's still getting like at least over 60% of the snap percentage. So I'm not worried about his on the field situation, but I am worried about the production. It's not even the opportunities. You saw him 22 times against the New England defense this week, but only 42 yards. So that was only 1.9 yards per touch, which is scary. Yet he still catches 4 out of 5 targets, only 14 yards. So that is the scary part. The fact that they can push the ball down the field with Hawkinson, with obviously Justin Jefferson, and then Thielen when needed. And they even sneak in KJ Osborne here or there. So I'm a little off Dalvin Cook. He's not giving you what you drafted him for, which is a shocker. And he would have been one of those guys that I would have looked at if I had him in redraft to say, hey, it's Dalvin Cook. What's his schedule look like? He's playing Indianapolis Giants and Green Bay in the fantasy finals, which could be advantageous to a certain extent. But with the usage, I'm a little nervous. Yes. And the fact that out of the past 4 games, he's only crossed that plus 20 fantasy points once. It's a little scary. Yes.
Hopefully, those games that you mentioned, Giants, Green Bay, like if they're not at home, if they're somehow on the road and you need to run the ball because the weather starts to play a factor, maybe he gets a heavier load and they start to run the ball more, because there's a direct correlation between his performance and the other teams that are struggling, like Justin Herbert and the Chargers are struggling, right? Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have been struggling all season. The Denver Broncos, right? Every single one of those teams lost their left tackle. Every single one of them, you lost their left tackle. So you can see it directly affect the rest of the offensive line and the rest of the teams and the performances by the quarterbacks, the running backs, everybody on the offenses when you lose pieces like that. And Darrisaw was playing out of his mind. He was playing really well, Christian Darrisaw. And once they lost him, like you started to see the running game kind of struggle, and then they're just dropping back and throwing the ball. So, I mean, maybe the weather changes and he can get a little better. But
I mean, he's got a decent matchup in week 14 against Detroit, but the Jets next week is going to be a tough one for him. Indy is questionable week 15. And if we see that his trend is lower, and the passing game works and they're all healthy,
it might be starting a time in the playoffs. You might have to make a decision about benching him and starting a guy like Brian Robinson or somebody else ahead of him.
It's going to be scary.
Yeah.
All right. Giuseppe wants to know, who do I pick up with Fields hurt? Mariota, Matty Ice, Russ, or Heineke? And who do I drop? Dylan, Gus, Akers, or Kyron Williams? Half-point PPR. I mean, you can drop either Kyron or Akers.
Yeah.
Or Dylan. Yeah. I really don't care. I mean, unless you're
I keep
Aaron
Gus.
Jones.
I keep Gus for the playoff run.
Yeah, if you're an Aaron Jones owner, that's the only reason why I would be holding on to Dylan at this point. If not, then just get rid of him. He's an easy drop, in my opinion. He has not been performing where we needed to, but he really wants to know about the quarterback situation here, Juan.
Yeah. Yeah, with I was gonna say also abort on the Rams. Just forget about the Rams. Abort, hit the eject button. Quarterback. You know me, I like Mariota with the rushing, and he's gonna have to run for his life probably against that front four. They finally get Chase Young, and the Washington Mandos are gonna be running after Mariota all day. Maybe Matty Ice against the Steelers.
I was thinking the same thing.
Give me a little Monday night hope, and he's been lively.
It's between him and Heineke for me. And the fact that Matt Ryan is able to resurrect his stained season in Indianapolis, up against a poor 27th ranked Pittsburgh defense, that is something that I'm looking forward to.
They are different with TJ Watt, but
he
can't play all the positions. He can't play corner,
right? And I think the over under for the Washington Atlanta game is only like 40.5.
Both those coaches like to run the clock down and take forever to call plays and run the ball again. It's awful.
So I don't think Atlanta is able to put up a lot of points up against Washington's defense. We see them each and every week getting a little bit better. So I'm going to go Matt Ryan here up against a Pittsburgh defense, giving up 21 fantasy points to the quarterback.
Russ. I wanted to say it because we didn't even mention it in the whole thing, and I just went before we finished it. So,
Do we need to?
no. Well, we didn't need to, but I just felt like it's disrespectful. I don't know, Russ. Like, I'm not saying it start him by any means, please. I'm just like shocked that we read all those names, talked about him, and didn't say Russ.
All right. Did you know that he's the 21st ranked quarterback this season so far?
Who, Russ?
Yeah.
Shocking. I thought it would be lower. What? When did that happen?
Well, I mean, a lot of people got injured.
We have ice cream. Yeah, I didn't know.
All right. Ball glove blueprint, start one flex in PPR league. Rachaad White, Deebo Samuel, or Brandon Ayuk. This one's a little bit more tougher.
Yeah, this is going to be tough here.
Because you got both San Francisco wide receivers. Why they're on your team.
Because one of them used to be a running back, kind of. Until they got McCaffrey.
You know what? That offense is hard to
it's so hard
to pick apart now.
It's like a 25% chance of who scores, like who are you picking to get the right touchdown.
Give me Rachaad White.
The weapons.
Give me Rachaad White. I think this is going to be a point back and forth battle between Tampa and Cleveland, much more than everybody expects. Tampa's defense has not been great, and Cleveland's defense stinks against the run. As we mentioned at the top of the show, 31st against fantasy running backs. Rachaad White is going to get all the running work, all the passing work, all the dump downs, and I think Tampa wins this game.
Yeah, Tampa wins the game. They're up. He's running the ball. I think so. It's a 20-plus carry game for Rachaad White, I would think.
Yeah.
I would think that's the recipe for them to win easiest, especially coming off the bye. They're going to have some new wrinkles. I'm excited to see that. Godwin maybe big game in the slot in that one. So.
I have Godwin today going in one of my leagues. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, let's go. It's going to sound crazy, but yeah, blue glove blueprint. Let's go Rachaad White.
Sounds good. All right, let's get back to the comments here. Uh-oh, lost my spot. There we go. James Mendez, what's up? What's up, fellas? Got to pick a flex spot, PPR, Hollywood Brown, James Robinson, or DeAndre Carter, or do I go fishing for someone else? Thanks, guys. Hollywood Brown, first game back. Is he going to play?
They said yes.
And I know Greg Dortch and Rondell Moore are... Rondell Moore is out.
He's
Greg Dortch is a game time decision, but I think he is floating on the doubtful sign of playing. So that perks my ears up for Hollywood Brown a little bit.
It's PPR, and it's a flex spot. Upside is Hollywood Brown. James Robinson, you're hoping he gets 10, 15 carries. You're hoping maybe he finds the end zone, but I don't love that.
No, I think it's a Michael Carter game.
Right. Yeah, no, it's Hollywood.
And DeAndre Carter, he's behind Josh Palmer and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I like Palmer for a good matchup this week or for a good game this week. But yeah, let's
go Hollywood.
Yeah, let's go Hollywood. You're going upside here in the flex anyway.
And hopefully it's not Skidmark Brown. Oof. Hoboken Brown.
Yeah, that was
Hoboken Brown.
Brown was the one. Hoboken. It was Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
No, I was calling him Skid Marks because he was shitting on everybody. Excuse my language.
That might be like the second time we've ever said something like that on the show.
Yeah.
I like it.
Dame Roche, and lastly, says, should I start Hollywood Brown over Pittman non-PPR or Tua over Hurts PPR? Well, the PPR doesn't matter in quarterback situation, as well as any good streaming defense to use this week. I do have the Broncos. You could fire up the Broncos in that matchup.
Unless the Chiefs are somehow available.
Or the Jets.
Uh-huh.
I like the Jets. I like the Jets going up against Chicago.
Trevor Siemian
with the Justin Fields questionable tag.
He's not playing.
Game time decision.
He ain't playing.
Game time decision.
He is not playing. All right.
But no, I don't think he's going to play. You're right.
Madness. It would be absolute madness to
so
play
let's do this real fast. Tua or Hurts?
Tua against Houston. Like I said, there might be a little rain. I know Hurts likes to run it in and get touchdowns that way, but Tua could have one of those where Tyreek just gets a couple 100 yards. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even though Houston's ranked third against fantasy quarterbacks, like Miami's hard to stop.
You know, that's usually because you run the ball on them. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really need to do much. You just keep handing it off. And I mean, Jeff Wilson's going to have a monster game, especially with Mostert being doubtful. I don't think Mostert's playing.
And I love the fact that you brought that up. And no, I don't believe Mostert is going to play either. It's going to be Jeff Wilson's backfield today. But with that said, running the ball may take a back seat to passing the ball up against Houston due to the fact that they only have one running back.
Right. You see a lot of bubble screens, short game, jet sweeps, reverses, and all that stuff. They're going to pull out all the gadgetry. I think he's going to have a little fun today, Mike McDaniel, calling some trick plays and calling.
He
some
hasn't
fancy
stopped
stuff.
passing the ball.
No, he has not.
Even in tough passing matchups.
Doesn't
So
care.
I don't think it stops here. I think they keep the foot on the gas and just stick it to Houston. So yeah, I'm going to take Tua over Hurts. And
Pittman.
Hollywood Brown or Pittman, non-PPR. So you're hoping one of them gets in the end zone. Give me Pittman.
Yeah.
Jim Rambo, coolest name in fantasy
Yes,
football.
sir.
He says, good morning, guys. Slim pickings today for my flex. Alex Pierce or Randall Cobb? Ooh.
He's digging deep, boy.
Yeah.
I like Alec Pierce a lot, but
And Keller Witherspoon, Pittsburgh. I mean, he's the third option on that team.
and he's been banged up too with Keller Witherspoon. I mean, if he plays, I don't know. I'm not sure about it because he's been banged up.
Mhm. The Green Bay matchup, I don't mind it.
I don't hate
Josiah
it.
Scott,
Yeah.
secondary, backup corner, slot
Yeah,
corner.
yeah. Once they lost Maddox, yeah, he became the de facto nickel corner.
And Randall Cobb, if you're hoping for a touchdown,
You're hoping trailing and he gets a drive where it's 5 catches for Randall Cobb for 50 yards and then Rodgers falls in love with him for a little bit. I don't know, man. I think I want to go with Alec Pierce.
yeah, not with Christian Watson and Alan Lazard on the field. With them both healthy, I
Yeah.
think Randall Cobb's usage
Yeah.
goes way down. I think you have a better shot with Alec Pierce. Is there anybody else out there that we could possibly give him?
Yeah, I'm not sure how
With a couple of
how your league
games
is.
already played, it's going to be hard.
But if you could find a DeMarcus Robinson, if you find somebody that, dropped players that, might still produce, like people are dropping.
Maybe a
Deontay.
Jahan Dotson.
That'd be dope.
I might want to take a shot on Jahan Dotson over Alex Pierce. Maybe he catches a long one.
Yeah.
Maybe Zay Jones up against Baltimore. Now he gets Marcus Peters.
Yeah, no. I'd rather try to find the DeMarcus Robinson on the other side of that game.
Oh, man, it's tough because so many teams have already played.
Yeah, it's slim pickings, man, out there. If you were expecting some kind of shootout, like the Dolphins have been using Trent Sherfield, like that's a third option guy that might be available out there that you could, but that's a deep dart throw.
All right. If you
Alec
want to go
Pierce.
deep dart throw, how about Demir Bird? All right. He's got the matchup against Benjamin St. Juste in Washington. He's the only one that does catch deep balls
Yeah.
for this Atlanta offense, even though Mariota doesn't really throw the ball deep. He
They don't
does
throw
seem
the
to
ball
find
much
Bird.
either.
Yeah, but he has the other advantageous matchup that I would be paying attention to, that I would put Demir Bird over Randall Cobb this week. Not sure if I would put him over Alec Pierce or who else did we mention? Jahan Dotson.
Jahan Dotson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll go Alec Pierce, I think, and just keep it simple.
Yeah, don't go wasting your waiver claim. Cesar Espinosa, what's up? Good morning, fellas. He
Good
says
morning.
PPR, Taysom Hill or Gerald Everett, P.
Oof.
Ryan or Watson at flex. Thank you. Now, Gerald Everett, is he playing today?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Taysom Hill's always one of those guys that you want to start the end zone and the usage and gadgetry. And against the 49ers, you're gonna have to pull out every trick you have, like, to be able to win that game.
Gerald Everett was not on the injury report, so I'm assuming he is a full go. And I'd ride with him over Taysom Hill. We don't know when Taysom Hill gets the play.
It is iffy. It's iffy.
And up against San Francisco, I'm not trusting anything. So yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that. I will go the Gerald Everett side on the tight ends and P. Ryan or Watson at flex. Are they saying Christian Watson?
Got to be. Yeah.
If it's Christian Watson, I'm playing him
Yeah.
over P. Ryan.
Yeah. You're on a heater. Keep it going.
P. Ryan did score 3 times last week. Kind of turns heads
But
a
he's
little bit.
playing the Titans, though.
He's playing the Titans. He's going to get usage, but I think Watson is the guy you want to play here.
So Everett and Watson is where you would go?
Yeah.
I could ride with that.
I mean, he's going to get some opportunity. I just don't know if Watson can do it against the Eagles.
Yeah, this man.
I would say P. Ryan for the floor and then Watson for the ceiling.
Yeah, Taysom Hill hasn't scored since week 7.
Yeah, you can't trust him.
No.
Giuseppe wants to know Everett or Freiermuth.
Muth.
Give me the Muth. Give me the Muth.
Yeah, I would go that way.
I'm a bad boy. Give me the Muth. Give me the Muth. I'm a bad
Yeah.
boy. Yeah. Indy's 21st against. I mean, Everett has a great matchup against Arizona.
Yeah. You know, they've been using like Isaiah Simmons is like 6'4", 230 pounds, and they've been using him to cover tight ends and wide receivers, third wide receivers. They've been playing him in the nickel. That's a freak of an athlete he is, but they're still been getting beat. And Arizona, yeah, their defense is leaking like a sieve. I would.
I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either or.
The Muth has been solid though. Like he's been like Pickett likes him. He's solid every week.
Yeah, his opportunity, his target share has gone way up, averaging over 7 targets a game. So yeah, give me Freiermuth. But great tilt.
That is a good tilt. That's about where the line is right there with those two.
Zach wants to know Devontae Smith or Ayuk. This is a good tilt. I like this one. Devontae Smith. I mean, he's got Rasul Douglas. Can he beat Rasul Douglas? And we do see AJ Brown like not mattering too much. AJ Brown's going to get Jair Alexander. I think that leaves Devontae Smith open a little bit more.
Yeah. He caught 6 out of 9 passes for 78 yards last week, and he had the knee injury, and he still played through it. He's going to play through it again this week. And Ayuk is so touchdown dependent. He's been getting them, but he's very touchdown dependent. Yeah, let's go Devontae.
I'm going to go Devontae Smith on this one too. Very nice. Kicks from Mike. What's going on? Flex Scary Terry, Rachaad White. He's out. I don't know what that means.
Scary Terry or Rachaad White.
I guess Flex Terry or you're playing Terry or White. Is that what you're saying?
Probably. Still going Rachaad White?
I don't know, man.
Right?
That's like, can you play both of them somehow?
I like Scary Terry over against that Falcons secondary, and Heineke loves him.
Yeah, he's been getting at least 8 to 9 targets a game. Hasn't gotten into the end zone since week 7.
It's about time, though.
It is about time. I'm going to go Rachaad White. I'm going Rachaad White.
So we're saying out loud in week 12 that we're starting Rachaad White over Alvin Kamara and Scary Terry. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I like the matchup for Terry. I like the matchup for Terry McLaurin. He's going to get his targets. Whether or not they need to keep throwing the ball is something that scares me a little bit. I think they're going to take over this game against Atlanta.
I think that's going to be a nail biter. I think that game's going to be close all the way to the end, and they're going to be regular and all that. Give me Rachaad White.
Yeah.
Give me. The more I say,
I just like the matchup against Cleveland a little bit more.
Yeah, no. Yeah, let's go Rachaad White.
Oh, and let's see. Matt McCoy, have to pick 2 running backs: Montgomery, Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Elijah Mitchell, or Akers. Well, Montgomery, you're definitely going to play.
Yeah. Yeah, once Khalil Herbert went down, it's like, yeah, you got to play him. I mean, Jets D, tough matchup, but I did see a couple really nice runs from Damian Harris last week against that Jets defense, and I did see a couple from Ramondre Stevenson as well. He also gets targeted a little bit, and if it's Simeon, you're going to have to run the ball. So, yeah, let's go with Montgomery for, like, floor, safe, he's playing.
What about Aaron Jones? Aaron Jones or Pacheco?
Yeah, we're going to eliminate the bottom 2, right? It's just going to be between those 2 guys.
Yeah, I'm not going to trust Elijah Mitchell.
9 carries last week to Christian McCaffrey 7, so like he did get a little more usage.
He's getting the carry work, but he's not getting the passing work, right. and that kills that deal for me. Aaron Jones, almost in a similar situation, only 12 for 40 last week against Tennessee, but the Eagles have been beaten by running the ball up the middle.
Until they just got this week Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, that's right.
They just fortified the defensive line.
the passing situation for Aaron Jones
That's what
out
it
of the
does.
backfield.
You're going to have to swing him. In order to get him open and get the ball in his hands, it's going to be outside running and swings.
If I'm picking two here, I'm picking Montgomery and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, you have to. You can't trust what Pacheco's usage is going to be. He hasn't gotten in the end zone. They could go up, and you see a lot of Ronald Jones late in that game. Yeah, let's go Aaron Jones and Montgomery.
I mean, I like Pacheco.
Me too.
He's getting the carries, 15 for 107 against the Chargers, but
Right, but no. I just don't trust that they're not up against the Rams later on and they don't use them. And Jet McKinnon's running the ball a ton, or Mahomes just decides he wants to, throw for 400 today.
or they put CEH out there, third string running back.
He's not even suiting up, I don't think, this week.
That was a joke.
Oh, it's Ronald Jones.
That was a joke. It was Ronald Jones.
It's Rojo, baby.
Get out of town.
I think
He's
Rojo.
still on the roster?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Practice squad?
I think he got bumped up when CH went down.
Oh, boy.
Uh-huh.
All right. Evan Gittleman wants to know half-point PPR, Chris Olave or Juju Smith-Schuster?
Healthy Juju was a problem. He was a nice, safe floor for you. Healthy Juju. But then that upside on Olave.
Yeah, the upside on Olave is just amazing. Give me Olave.
Yeah, I'm here to hit home runs. If I
Mhm.
strike out, so be it.
Justin wants to know Chris Moore or Westbrook deep league. Yeah, I'd say so.
Wow.
Nikine, what is it? Akine Westbrook? Westbrook Akine
Yeah, Westbrook
Right?
Akina, yeah.
or Chris Moore for Houston? Ugh.
Chris Moore with Houston is intriguing here. I'll tell you why real quick, because that's not that. Justin, you're digging so deep, dude. But all right, I'll give it to you. We're either going to have Nelson Igbenogany at that nickel corner. Maybe Needham's back and healthy, but the Dolphins are struggle busting.
Cater Kahu
Yeah.
is
Kahu?
listed. Kahu. Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Kahu.
So if they're gonna take a shot, and Kyle Allen is starting, and he was a backup playing with the second team, and Chris Moore was playing with the second team, maybe they have a nice little rapport, and we can be beaten and over the top. And if we're up and we're running the ball, garbage time is real, and Chris Moore's got a really good chance of doing that. I trust that more than Westbrook Akini, who's competing with Treylon Burks and Robert Woods,
And
they're
going
playing
up
the
against
Bengals.
Mike Hinton.
Mhm.
Yeah, give me more.
Let's
man.
go with Chris Moore. It's deep, Justin. Woof.
Yeah, like that's crazy deep. But I mean,
Wow.
5 targets week 9 against the Eagles, 6 targets against the Giants, 7 targets against Washington last week. I guess Chris Moore's a thing.
Yeah. Who
It-
knew?
It only takes 6 years,
I love that. Kihu?
Kahu.
Who?
Uh,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not gonna play.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We're leaving all the Rams alone though.
Oh yeah, I'm not touching them.
Yeah.
Bob Dole
Good
comes
morning, Bob
in.
Dole.
Good morning, y'all. Do I start Geno Smith or Kyler Murray? Give me Smith. Give me Smith. I'm not even gonna think about it. Give me Smith. Yep.
Is that where you are?
Can't tell me any different. I'm a believer.
It's fantasy football.
Uh,
One of them runs the ball, the other one doesn't.
they both run the ball, and Geno Smith's going up against Vegas.
All right, it's the Raiders. Go.
Yeah.
I'll take Geno. As soon as somebody says they're playing the Raiders, I'm like, all right, go.
Yeah, I like that. I like Geno against the Raiders coming off a bye.
Mhm.
I think they're ready for it, and I think they're ready to sling it. They can sling it.
They're ready to kill the Raiders season.
Yeah, I can't wait for. Oh, I needed Kenneth Walker last week so bad.
I like that the running back matchup there, though. Him and Jacobs are both going to be elite today, I think.
Jacobs is questionable to play,
Ooh.
so that is something to think about.
Oh, I didn't know he was questionable. He's
Yeah, got an
gonna play.
illness late in the week, didn't practice.
He'll play.
He'll probably play.
He'll play. Man, he should sleep in a van.
He's one of those
yeah,
guys.
He's gonna play.
And Lucius, morning, guys. Lucius, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Would you go Hurst today or Foster Moreau? I'll go Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
I like Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the Foster Moreau reach, if you want to call it that, but I'm not sure if it's something that I really want to.
Especially if there's
Try out.
no Jamar Chase. I mean, yeah, I like Hayden Hurst. I'll give him a shot.
I mean, Seattle is 32nd up against the fantasy tight end. But with that being said, I mean,
Does that change it?
Moreau's only averaging like 6 points per game. I'm not trusting that.
No. Let's go Hurst.
They're going to be behind. They're going to have to throw deep bombs. They're not going to be worried about. I'm not playing anybody else except for Adams if I can.
Yeah, if you can avoid it. Yeah, I'm going to leave Mac Hollins alone. I'll leave all. That's about it, really. That team is struggling right now, man.
Yeah.
I need to wrap it up. Call it a season.
Lucius also wants to know Gus Edwards, Donovan Peoples-Jones, or Treylon Burks. Oh, I like this one. This is a good tilt.
That is a good tilt. Well, the problem with Edwards is that usage. Like, is he back? How healthy is he? You saw him go out and then hurt the knee. Like at first, it was a hamstring or a calf, one or the other, and then the knee started to flare up on him as well. So, and you're worried about a guy coming off a knee injury, even though they brought him back slow. Still, like lingering effects, limited usage. Can't trust who's going to be running the ball. I'm going to leave that alone and go with one of the two wide receivers right here, Lucius, and it's probably. Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, Peoples-Jones.
Give me DPJ.
Yeah.
He's been coming alive.
It's a tough matchup, but here's the setting that looks great. It's Jacoby Brissett's last game.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was ever a time where he needs to sell himself more
YOLO
to be a starting quarterback again in the NFL, it's today. Well, I mean, he's done a great job all season long.
He sure has.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's a starting quarterback for New Orleans next year or something like that.
Atlanta, New Orleans. Yeah, there might be a couple candidates.
Don't put that on Desmond Ridder.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But last week, Donovan Peoples-Jones against Buffalo caught a touchdown. I think the usage is there. He's catching 4 to 5 balls every week. He's getting 6+ targets every single week. He's trustworthy enough for me to put him in over Gus Edwards or Treylon Burks.
Yeah. I go DPJ for sure. Good tilt, though, Lucius.
That's a great tilt, Lucius.
Yeah.
All right.
JC Molieri.
Joshua Palmer, Pacheco, or Paris Campbell?
Ooh. You only get one of these, Chef. I mean, I like Paris Campbell with Matt Ryan, man. But I like the matchup for Joshua Palmer, too. No Mike Williams.
Yeah, with no Mike Williams.
He showed out.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
To Palmer or Campbell for me.
Give me Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big play.
Not even. Like I think he's going to get reps. That's the whole thing. I mean, he's been getting the work. He's been getting the targets. Last week, 10 targets. The week before that, 8. 10, and yes, those were games that Mike Williams went down or Keenan Allen wasn't there yet.
You have the same scenario,
but it's the same scenario where one of them is not there. So you want to make sure that who's the second option on the team? It's Joshua Palmer, and Herbert likes to spread the ball around. I think that was part of the problem trying to win games with just either Mike Williams on the field. Palmer was hurt. DeAndre Carter was hurt.
No.
He didn't have his options. Now he has his options. I think Josh Palmer, he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna have a game like he had up against Kansas City.
No,
but he should have a safe floor somewhere around 4 to 5 targets for 50 yards easily.
Yeah, and then I also take better quarterback, better offense, him over the Indianapolis. So yeah, let's do Joshua Palmer. I'll ride with you.
Right on. Lucius coming back on. He says Godwin or Tyler Boyd today. I got onto the show late, but I've been hearing there are some weather problems out in Cleveland. Weather problems. I'll look into the weather problems real fast, but I mean, I don't see a situation where you're not starting Tyler Boyd. I mean, Godwin for any means.
Yeah, I want Godwin all day.
That game's in Cleveland today. You vet that for me real fast.
I will. And I believe it is, but it's in Cleveland, the game.
Okay.
It's just wind they're calling for.
Yeah, I didn't see any rain.
No, not precipitation, but they're saying it's windy.
It's windy.
Yeah. But just how windy. And even if it is windy, then all that does is makes Godwin's value go up for me. Because then Brady's going to still throw the ball. It's not like he's not going to throw it 35, 40 times. He's going to throw it short. He's going to throw hard, tight slants all day long. That little bullet daddy throw that he likes to do where he just kind of and sticks it in there. You know what I mean? I love that throw.
Yeah, they got about 32% chance of rain, which it's going to be like kind of bad weather, I guess, but
Eh,
nothing that is going to deter them from throwing the ball.
no, especially to the guy in the slot and underneath and on drag routes and all that stuff. Yeah, give me Godwin all day.
Mm-hmm. So Delusional Tanner wants to know James Conner or
Chef's boy.
Kirk Cousins?
Mhm.
Christian Kirk Cousins?
Mhm. Christian Kirk is your cousin.
Oh boy. I don't know if I like Connor.
I don't either at all.
I don't know if I like Kirk.
I don't like the Kirk matchup against the Ravens that much, but he's going to be the one that gets the ball. He's going to get the ball thrown to him. You got to. I go. It's half PPR too. Like trying to make it lean the other way. Like,
I mean,
it's a good tilt, Delusional Tanner, but I like the name Delusional Tanner. Like, it makes me think, like, is it like you really can't get a tan, and you out there getting a tan? Like, you're a tanner that thinks you're going to get a tan, but you can't. Because you got to wear extra sunblock because your skin's real frail. Is it that kind of delusional tanner? Or is it somebody that's really, really tan? Like, you see those dudes that just came out the tanning salon and they're glowing orange? Like, is Tanner orange out there? I'm just trying to distract you because
I know. I'm gonna take James Conner.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna take James Conner.
Anybody but Christian Kirk for the chef.
Anybody but Christian Kirk.
Yeah,
man.
half point PPR probably will throw me that way.
It's been nibbled on.
He's
been
ready.
nibbled
Oh
on.
man, what if today's the day? No, today's not.
No, today is not the
Not against
day.
the Ravens.
All right, he's not going to do it. Not against Marlon Humphrey.
They're playing out of their minds too. That secondary is starting to come alive. Boy.
Yeah, I would take James Conner here up against a defense that's ranked 30th against the running back.
Yeah, let's go. He should be healthy by
And
now.
in half point PPR, yeah,
he's got a chance to get in the end zone. So yeah,
great tilt
good
though.
tilt.
Lucius wants to know for defense, would you go Ravens, Washington, or Carolina? I don't mind Washington.
Yeah, like I said, they got Chase Young now, so they have the front four solidified with Montez Sweat, De'Aaron Payne, and Jonathan Allen. So that's supposed to be the best front four in football, and they're supposed to be able to get home without any help. And they're going up against a team that doesn't like to throw the ball. We know Mariota turns the ball over. He hasn't done it much this year, but traditionally that's what he does. Ravens
are talking about.
Duval.
We just talked about the Ravens defense.
They're really good and they're playing well, but they're down in Duval. Like that's usually defenses don't play as well on the road. Carolina, I'm not trusting. So yeah, I will go Washington. I will go with the Mandos.
Yeah, give me the Mandos. It's either the Ravens or the Mandos for me.
If the Ravens were at home, maybe, but the Jags offense every once in a while sparks and does good things, and Etienne's a problem. So I probably lean Washington because of the matchup.
All right, and Giuseppe wants to know who wins the trade in PPR.
I love these trades.
My Kyler, Sutton, Everett, and Rachaad White for his Jalen Hurts, McLaurin, and Damian Harris. My other running backs are Barkley, Kamara, and Stevenson. Wide receiver 1 is Higgins and Freiermuth. Yes, for tight end. Well,
you win that trade. If you get back Jalen Hurts, McLaurin, and Damian Harris, you definitely win that trade. Because then what that's going to give you as far as your lineup, it's going to give you Jalen Hurts with McLaurin and Higgins at wide receiver. You already have Barkley and Kamara and Stevenson, and you get Damian Harris in case something happens to Stevenson. Yeah, that's going to solidify your squad, man. I think. You already have Freiermuth, so you don't need Everett. I don't like losing Rachaad White for Damian Harris, but the upgrade from Sutton to McLaurin is real. So yeah, I would probably say you win that trade. It's a fair trade. It's a good trade, but you getting upgraded at quarterback, Jalen Hurts is better than Kyler. You're upgrading big time at receiver from Sutton to McLaurin. And then Damian Harris with Stevenson, like I said, gives you both running backs. So at least you're protected in case anything happens. And you can start one of those guys with Barkley and Kamara every week. It's a good lineup. It's a good team. But yeah, Giuseppe, I think you win the trade if you make it. And Rachaad White's time might be limited. If Fournette comes back, I mean, it might be his backfield going down the stretch, but I think I would rather have McLaurin and Jalen Hurts. And if I had to throw in Rachaad White to get it, I would do it.
fair enough.
Especially Rachaad White gave you 1 week. Like, let's see. It's better to pull that trigger now. And you have to because deadlines are here. Like, I'm surprised some teams are still trading. I got a lot of leagues where it's over.
Well, I mean, some dynasty leagues go all year round.
Yeah.
All right. James Conner, ETN, or Derrick Henry? What? Are
Zach.
you serious?
Zach.
Do I have to pick one of these guys?
Is it 2?
Oh, wait, let's see.
Oh.
Before it was complete.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, here we go. James Conner, ETN, Derrick Henry, Samaje Perine, AJ Brown, Chris Godwin, Deontay Johnson, Paris Campbell. Need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex.
So 5 guys.
Well, you're not benching Derrick Henry.
Or Etienne.
All right.
Or Chris Godwin.
All right. Do we need another?
Or AJ Brown.
Or AJ Brown. So that's your 2 and 2 right there. So
That's
your
it.
question is James Conner, Paris Campbell, Deontay Johnson, or Samaje Perine. Do we like Paris Campbell over James Conner?
Yes. But I might like Samaje Perine. No, not against Tennessee. They've been shutting down the running back. Yeah, I'm gonna go Paris.
Wow.
I want Paris with Matt Ryan on Monday night. I don't trust Conner yet. I don't trust that offense yet.
That's true. Man, this is tougher than I think. Tough enough to earn this. Tilt of the week. Congratulations, Zach. That was the tilt of the week for the early half of the segment. I'm torn here because Paris Campbell doesn't really have the advantageous matchup that we were hoping for. Cam Sutton is going to be covering him. Is he going to make it, Juan? Is Paris Campbell worth it? Man, it's tough. I mean, I would say no. I think James Conner is
all right. Let's go with Conner.
Yeah,
He's going up against the Chargers.
Yeah,
let's go Conner. Yeah, it's AJ Brown, it's Chris Godwin, it's Derrick Henry, it's Etienne, and then it's James Conner.
That's tough.
Yeah, just the Chargers defense. That's where they're susceptible. It's to the run. If you're bringing back Kyler slow because his hamstring's banged up, like you're going to run the ball a lot more. Conner has a better chance to get in the end zone. Let's go Conner. I like Paris Campbell a lot, but let's go Conner. I think that's fair. Etienne, Henry, Conner in the flex, and then AJ Brown and Chris Godwin. That's nice.
And our buddy Minnie Jordan in the house.
We're
Good morning,
Brooklyn
Minnie
at.
Jordan. And he's coming in hard today.
Oh,
Choose
boy.
one quarterback: Brady, Jimmy G, Derek Carr, Matt Ryan, Russell Wilson. I mean, I think it might be out of the first 2 for me.
For sure. I'm just trying to decide between them. I almost said Jimmy G real fast. I just love that offense, the way it's clicking, man. He's playing on a different level right now. Just throw the ball anywhere. Somebody's open on every play.
Right? Tom Brady.
We just found out about a little wind, a little breezy situation. Now they're coming off a bye. They're playing against the Browns. They need to win this game.
Yeah, but Matt Ryan going up against Pittsburgh. We just talked about Paris Campbell. I think it's between Jimmy G and Matt Ryan more so than
Brady.
Yeah. Even though Brady likes to throw the ball and everything, this is a tough one, man.
It's Brady coming off a bye with all his weapons against the
Not all of his weapons, but yeah.
Well,
the main 2 receiving weapons.
Yeah, he's got Evans and Godwin, so he's ready.
You got Jimmy G though. Jimmy G's
he's got all the weapons, dude.
He's got all the weapons going up against New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is tough. This is very hard, Minnie Jordan. Can we eliminate Derek Carr and Wilson
off the bat?
Off the bat,
you didn't even have to say Wilson if you wanted to.
Yeah.
See, like Jimmy G had the big 4 touchdowns last week, so recency bias. But then other than that, he's usually in the 200 range. They like to run it. Like I don't. I'd say it's between. If you're going Jimmy G or Matt Ryan, I'm saying Matt Ryan and call it a day.
I have these neck and neck.
I will go Tom Brady. That's the trauma of 20 years of being a Dolphins fan while Brady was kicking my ass. So like, I can't bet against him anymore. Like I've been betting against him and losing forever. Like you just can't. I can't bet against the dude.
Oh man, Tampa. I don't know if I can pick Tampa this week, man.
Yeah, give me Brady.
All right, I'll ride with you.
I'm
not just for keeping this podcast rolling a little bit, but
Yeah, just, you
Jimmy
know-
G and Matt Ryan are very close seconds in my opinion.
Sure. It's just that there's no upside there. I don't think either one of them's thrown for 400 yards today. They're going to be touchdown dependent as far as Jimmy G goes. Matt Ryan's on Monday night. It's a good matchup against the Steelers, but give me Tom Brady today, and I'll close my eyes and go with Brady. And if I lose with Tom Brady at the helm, I mean, so be it, man.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good matchup against
Yeah.
Cleveland today.
Right, man.
He also wants to know, choose 2 wide receivers and a flex in a full PPR. Pittman, Treylon Burks, Mooney, London, Sutton, Pirine, Kyron. 2 wide receivers. All right, so we're playing. Wow.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
We're not playing Mooney with Trevor Siemian.
No, so we can take that out.
We're not playing Kyron Williams.
No. So
We like P.
Burks, London, Sutton,
Burks, London, Sutton. Okay.
or Burks, Sutton, Pirine.
No.
I like London more than I like Burks.
Yes. Wait, Pittman, no.
Oh, he's got Pittman. All right, cool. So you're playing Pittman. You need one more wide receiver. I think out of this matchup, you can play Sutton. Sutton or Burks?
Sutton.
It's going to be Sutton for me as well.
So Sutton and Pittman, and then you could go Burks also, or you could go London also.
London does have a good matchup against Kendall Fuller.
Yeah, with that size advantage, I'm pretty sure Kendall Fuller's like 5'9" or so.
They
He's
just
one of
don't
the smaller
pass
ones,
the
yeah.
ball. They're going to
That's
have
the problem.
They're going to have to pass it against Washington. Whether or not he can is
Yeah, whether or not he's going to have time.
right.
I'm a little scared of
I
that.
mean, I think I would rather go
So Pittman, Sutton, Burks.
Pittman, Sutton. I might actually play Pirine here just to stay away from the other wide
Yeah.
receiver and get like some kind of ground game just to settle a floor, just in case.
Yeah, I mean they like to throw it to him too out of the backfield. They'll have some catches out of the backfield too. So I mean, if Tennessee's defense bowls up and they're stopping the run, you can still count on a couple passes maybe from him. And if you have a flex, you might as well use it and not stick to all 3 receivers. All right, we'll go Pittman, Sutton, Pirine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, good tilt, Mini Jordan.
Yeah, that was a good one. Delusional Tanner wants to also know
Ooh.
Najee or Monty. Full PPR.
99 yards, then 90 yards. Playing against the Colts. Monty against the Jets.
Oof.
A good
Only
tilt.
one back there, though, with no Fields.
That's true too.
If Fields doesn't play,
Which we'll find out in about 22 minutes. No, it's a 1 o'clock game.
it is a 1 o'clock game. We're going to find out at 11:30. I really want to say Monty here, but Najee is like knocking on the door.
I'm gonna go Najee.
I'll roll with you. I don't feel good about it, but I'll roll with you.
Yeah, the Jets defense is real. Like that, yeah, maybe they can get had here and there with a gash run, but for the most part, like CJ Mosley's playing out of his mind, and him and Quincy Williams are like roaming in the middle of the field, and Quinnen, that boy, just destroying offensive lines in the middle. Yeah, give me Najee. Plus, we love a Monday Night Hope.
Yeah. Matt McCoy, welcome back, Matt.
Welcome back.
Need 2 picks, 3 flex spots now at Pacheco, Elijah Mitchell, Christian Kirk, Mooney, Ayuk, Campbell, Deontay Johnson, or Robert Woods.
Isn't Kirk the first name you're saying out of this whole thing? No,
Yeah, probably.
he's one of the 3.
Yeah, he's one of the 3. Ayuk, you're definitely going to play in this situation. I'm not trusting Mooney.
No, not even Sauce.
So
Or
are we
DJ.
going Kirk, Ayuk, Campbell?
Okay, I like Pacheco, but all right. Yeah, Kirk, Ayuk, Campbell. Let's do that. Let's go with the 3 wide receivers. I go Kirk, Ayuk, Campbell, Matt McCoy.
All right. So every time I take a pick of Kirk, I'm going to do this.
Oh no, that paper's gonna be gone because he's chosen a lot, guys. If you just
Don't
saw
post Kirk.
I
in
was
the
gonna
chat.
say, if you saw that just now, please can we get a Christian Kirk or question stat?
Oh, it tastes so great. Ugh.
He's just savage. He didn't even dip it in something.
Needs hot sauce.
Yeah, needs garlic.
Brian Pereira. Sorry.
Pereira.
Welcome in. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir.
Hit that like and subscribe. Brian wants to know, Njoku or Ingram for tight end PPR? Now, we love our tight end questions here because, man,
We're digging deep every time with these tight ends. I don't know how much I love Evan Ingram against the Ravens. And Njoku against the Bucks isn't too much better, but at least like he is that guy.
give me Njoku.
Yeah.
Give me Njoku for this matchup. I'm not trusting Evan Ingram up against Baltimore. Just not going to do it. He's more of a tight end 3 situation.
Right now,
And Njoku has the ability to be a top 10 tight end
He's a
each and
starter.
every week. So, yeah. Zach wants to know, Paris Campbell or Zay Jones?
Paris Campbell.
Oh, right off the rip, huh?
Yeah. Ravens secondary scares me a little.
Agreed. He's going to get Marcus Peters on the outside, Zay Jones. So, yeah, give me Paris Campbell. And Zach wants to say also, big shout out to Chef for holding it down last week. Solo dolo.
He sure enough did.
Hey,
Round
man,
of
I
applause,
do what I got to
yo.
do for the family here.
Does it for the team, man. Does it for the team.
We were talking off like pre-show about it. I'm like, man, that's the longest solo show I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. You held it down for 2 hours by yourself, man.
It's like talking to yourself for 2 straight hours. I mean, we had the tilters in the
say
we
you're
have the
talking
tilters
to
in the
yourself,
chat.
squad.
We have tilters in the chat, so it's okay. But to see my if I did this and just brought it up here like that, that's what I was looking at for 2 whole hours.
You should have had something else playing in the other screen.
I mean, I brought up screenshots. We were talking different rosters. And I did what I had to do. Anything for the team. Hopefully, Mr. Swanson's back next week.
It will be fully staffed next week. The playoff push is coming.
It's coming. It's here, man. What do we have? 12 this week, 13, 14.
That's it. 2 more weeks of the regular season. That's it. All you got left is these last 3 games right here. This one and 2 more to be able to get into the playoffs.
Well, each and every year we get blessed with someone asking a question, and it's Sarah. Sarah has been with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
And
Welcome
we
back,
appreciate you,
Sarah,
Sarah,
yes.
each and every week coming back. And she wants to know this week, half-point PPR flex, T. Higgins, Jeff Wilson Jr., or Ayuk?
Jeff Wilson.
Oh.
Jeff Wilson, top 5 running back this week.
Half-point PPR, yeah, give me Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, if it was full, I might be intrigued with the Higgins argument, but it's not. I'm going Jeff Wilson.
Does that change if Jamar Chase doesn't play?
Nope. It's still the Texans, and it's still no Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson's backfield in its entirety, and he's been running hard, boy.
Yeah, he gets some passing work too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope that helps, Sarah.
Jeff Wilson, Sarah, go for it.
All right, Gavin Mertz, welcome in. Pick 2, Dameon Pierce, Jeff Wilson, Rashad White, or Olave. Do we trust Dameon Pierce after the week he had last week?
In a game where they're playing from behind, probably.
Up against Miami?
13.5 point underdog.
Does it matter? Like how does he fare up against that against that Miami defense?
On a normal day, if they were a good offense, he would do okay. But the fact that they're going to be playing game script dependent from behind with Kyle Allen at quarterback, I hear.
Do they play game script? Let me jump in there real fast. Do they play game script dependent with Dameon Pierce? No, they don't.
They don't.
They run 20 to
They
30
don't care.
times a game, no matter who they play,
And
no matter
if
what
they're
the
down.
score is. They have Kyle Allen in as a backup quarterback or a replacement quarterback or whatever it is after the travesty that happened last week. This one's tougher than I would expect, but if you're just going to pick 2, you're definitely going to play Jeff Wilson because we're labeling him as a top 5 prospect.
Him and Rashad White.
You think Rashad White or Olave?
Rashad White.
Olave.
You like Olave over Rashad White today?
No.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Yeah. Give me give me Wilson and White. Give me the dubs.
Yeah.
The 2 W's.
Yeah, 2 dubs. Get yourself a dub with these 2 dubs.
Great question. And Lucius says, about that weather game in Tampa, Cleveland, just looked at the Bucks Twitter page. That looks awful out there. On the other hand, it just could be living in Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Remember that?
When we looked at the report, I mean, it's going to be misty. It may be like a little wet. I don't
here. You got a little sprinkle, got a little breeze.
Yeah, I don't expect it to be like a monsoon like we saw Cleveland versus
It's
the Raiders
football
last year.
weather.
Yeah, no. And if anything, I'd expect them to go to the run game a little bit more.
Yeah.
So thanks for the update.
Lucius, look at our guys on the field, intrepid on the field
They're on
reporters.
it. They are on it. Matt McCoy, Kirk versus Tebow.
I like this one. What are we gonna do here? Kirk versus Tebow.
Boy,
That was too easy, Matt McCoy.
That was a setup,
you.
man.
You got set up for failure on that one.
I caught the C on that one.
Uh-oh.
Now it's Hurston. Kirk.
You kind of wish he was in a Hurst, so you wouldn't have to do this anymore.
Ugh,
Good job, Matt.
that was a setup.
Yeah, you.
Oh
set
man,
up.
there's more down there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
there's
man,
more
I'm just
coming.
peeping the chat.
I
You
saw
guys
that
are
one a while ago. I
brutal.
was like, "Thank you, Lucius."
You guys are brutal. First, let's get into a tilt. Gavin wants to know Greg Dulcich or Gerald Everett. Now, I don't mind this one much at all. This is a good one right here. Tight end, tilts.
Yeah, Dulcich has been getting to work, dude.
I mean, Everett's been great when he's been on the field. It's his first game back. He didn't play last week up against a 31st ranked Arizona team against the tight end. Dulcich
Against Carolina.
gets Carolina. His usage has been pretty good, right? Has he? I believe it
Yeah.
has.
The last 3 weeks, over 80% of the snaps, he's like taking over. He's definitely tight end one. It's just
Does he get
No.
enough? I don't think
No,
so. I think
no.
you have to go Gerald Everett there.
Yeah, for sure, Gerald Everett. It's interesting. He's been playing. It's a cool name. Everybody's been talking about him with Dulcich, but yeah, it's Gerald Everett.
Yeah. Kind of looks like Weird Al Yankovic.
Dulcich, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. It does look like Weird Al.
Lucius. Thanks, Lucius. I really appreciate this.
No, actually, this is actually helpful for you because you're going to go Palmer.
Yeah, I'm going Palmer.
Yeah. You don't have to eat on that one.
I'm not eating the paper on that one.
No.
I already took 2 bites out of the page today.
Mr. Swanson's going to get back next week and be like, what happened to the paper?
Oh. I'm sure he knows after that 2 touchdown week of Christian Kirk. Everybody in the chat was like, oh, you got to eat the paper. You got to eat the paper. Oh, man.
Well, it's going to be easier now when you do have to eat it because it's going to be less. So, like, now you have a smaller burrito that you can make out of it.
I guess. I mean, paper and bourbon usually go well together.
Yeah, I would have dipped it in the bourbon personally.
So, Juan, how many leagues do you have that you're shooting for the playoffs? Just out of curiosity.
Out of my 10 leagues, I am in 7. I'm eliminated in 3 dynasty leagues that my teams are trash. Everywhere else, I still have a fighting chance, or I'm in pole position, or I'm 6-5. Got a couple 8-3s, 6-5. But then there's a couple 4-7s and a couple 5-6s where, like, this is it. Like the one I'm playing you this week in our league of record.
It's over.
It's not over, Chef.
It's over.
Why
for
is it
you.
over?
It's over for you, bro.
It is not over for me. If I lose to you, it's over for me. But it's not over for me yet.
Is that the prime?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oof.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for you to come back from, buddy.
Nah.
I mean, that Christian Kirk, Justin Jefferson stack was pure genius in the draft.
Yes. Yeah. Well, also very good fortune that he fell in the spot that he did. But yes, it was genius. Me not taking the homer pick in Tua, again, I look up at the thing all the time and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, my 2nd, 3rd, 4th round picks are all gone. Like they never played. Like, I got lucky with Etienne like in the 4th, but Trey Lance is gone.
The only mistake I made
J.K. Dobbins hasn't played all year.
was DJ Moore.
Well,
I wish I could have had Waddle.
but that's an
And I
honest-
could have. I
Yeah.
passed on
Yeah,
it.
you would have stacked Waddle into it. That would have been a phenomenal, and you would be running away with it more so than you are already. Just, mistakes were made at the draft. I was a little brolic at the draft, but I'm always
You don't win at the draft, but you sure can lose.
Yeah, well, and I lost, and sometimes it's injury, sometimes it's just poor picking. But in my case, it was injuries that destroyed me.
If I win today in the home league, I clinch a bye week. which is very, very nice.
We're gonna try to prevent that here with the waiver on Team Waiver Wire Heroes, which we've been playing well, by the way. And I got maybe a little magic from Isaiah Pacheco, maybe a little Christian Watson magic. They've been carrying me the last couple weeks and try to bring the revival back. And don't let me sneak in the playoffs. Don't let me sneak in there.
Yeah. I want to put you out of your misery now
Yeah,
before
do it
Watson
now.
comes back.
Do it now because I get Deshaun back next week and I got Christian McCaffrey, and then all of a sudden it's a different situation.
All right, so we got Sir Cam Lanes coming in here, and he wants to know Rachaad White or George Pickens, full PPR. Does that matter as much? And we haven't talked really about Pickens.
No, he hasn't been mentioned today in any of the tilts. And it's interesting because he's a player that's like right there on the cusp that you want to start, and he's been getting good looks. And if he could catch more of those balls inbounds than he does those amazing catches just barely out of bounds, he'd be even better.
I don't think it's him. I think it's more Pickett than anything else.
Well, Pickett's scared to throw interceptions because he knows Mike Tomlin will bench him. So he throws it to the sideline where only Pickens can get it, and usually it ends up being out of bounds.
But with Rachaad White going up against Cleveland on the road in Cleveland,
in weather, a little, whatever, a little wind, a little rain. Yeah, let's go Rachaad White.
I'm going to go Rachaad White here over Pickens.
Welcome back, Sir Cam Lanes, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Zach wants to know Juwan Johnson or Tonyan. Robert Tonyan hasn't really been doing too much.
I don't know. And Juwan Johnson, he feels like he scores every week. Like I know he doesn't.
Because he has.
No, he doesn't. Every week, it feels like he does.
Juwan Johnson?
Yeah, it feels like he scores every
I mean,
week.
he's been scoring the last 3 weeks.
Oh, there it is. Then he does score every week.
Up against San Francisco, though, is a different question. I just don't think Robert Tonyan gets enough looks to even be in this conversation. I think you roll with Juwan Johnson as another pass catching opportunity against San Francisco, playing from behind New Orleans. I'm going to roll with Juwan Johnson here, and hopefully he keeps the touchdown streak alive because that's what you're betting on in this scenario.
I like it.
All right, we're almost at the 11:30 time mark where things get a little bit more interesting. So let's see. Let's look at some players. Maybe they've been marked out yet. Who knows? Let's just check. Oh, I just got some news from Shefty 11 minutes ago posting that Odell Beckham said this weekend about a potential landing spot for the free agent. It sounds like it's going to be Dallas.
They said that they spotted him and Deontay Hightower in Buffalo. Did you see that? That they were supposedly at some bar, but it was fake news. They said that they were in Buffalo together. Like Deontay Hightower was going over there to replace Von Miller. Like, bro, he plays middle linebacker. First of all, he's not going to replace Von Miller. And then Odell, in Buffalo, it just never made sense to me. The bright lights in Dallas, and they need him. I feel like he fits there.
Oh, and then news coming out of Buffalo, rather, Von Miller, lateral meniscus tear. So he's definitely out next week. So just keep that in mind if you have the Bills defense, which really doesn't matter. And the Bengals, Jamar Chase, not expected to play today. So that's a big one right there.
Yeah, I didn't love that matchup anyway. I didn't love him coming back off the injury. So it's not like I was planning on playing Jamar Chase if he came back this week. But it does bolster the prospects for Boyd. It gives you a little more, upside for Higgins. But that defense of Tennessee is still real.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, man.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup.
You'd have to do what you got to do, though.
Yeah, they haven't announced many of the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a little bit of, that wasn't an official announcement. We could be wrong, but that's the way things are leaning right now. You can't trust the media as far as you can throw them.
Yeah, the only ones that are out is like guys with concussions, things like that.
Oh. Whoops. And I think Joe sent me something that I just didn't see, I think.
Oh, you mean our resident weatherman, Joe Martucci from the Atlantic City Press?
Yeah,
a little weather updates for us. There is a little bit of weather up on this East Coast. Like the game tonight, the Packers and Eagles, that's going to be one of those games. And it's supposed to die down around 7 or so, and the rain's supposed to stop. It's going to be a little chilly, a little wind. And it should be the same, case in the other games on the East Coast. So
I don't see anything, Joe. I hope you were watching. I don't see it. Damn it.
Yeah, there's Kendall Hinton, huh? Jerry Judy's out. So Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, Jerry Judy, all out. I really don't think Justin Fields is going to play. Isaiah Likely is out. So that's good for Demarcus Robinson, I think. I don't know if Duvernay is going to play or not.
Josh Jacobs is a big question mark.
And that's a later game.
Yeah.
That's going to be something you're all going to have to stay tuned to like 2:30 and figure out while you're watching your first block of games.
Yeah, I'm really upset that I didn't have Joe's forecast here. I didn't see it. I don't think he texted. He said he texted it to me. I don't see anything. Oh, yep. All right, I got it.
All right, we're going to get a little weather update.
Just give me a little second so I can maneuver it here.
Take your time. Take your time. Anybody out there that's doing a little bit of dailies? I know Justin likes to do all that stuff and get the daily fantasy lineups going. There's a few good deals out there for you in dailies. I'll pull up my DraftKings and talk to you all about that. Oh yeah, that's right. Also, anyone who's in the chat and wants to play with us on our DraftKings lineup, send us your info, and the chef will definitely send you an invite. And we can play a little something friendly. We just do like $5 and everybody, picks their own lineup. And we do it for fun and bragging rights. Your boy won the first week we did it. Yes, that's me. In case you were wondering who your boy was.
Is that what you got? Is that what you're doing there? I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did pretty great, Chef. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, there are some really nice bargain deals out there. For some reason, Terry McLaurin's is still only like $5,700. That's a bargain basement deal for me that I'll take. Out of all the backups that are going to be playing today, all the QB backups, that is, like Bryce Perkins at 5,000 could save you a ton of money, or Darnold even at 4,900 could save you a ton of money.
All right, I've got it lined up here. Oh shoot,
Pacheco's only 5,500. Sounds like he's got it. Ooh, Rashad White is only 5,100. Oh,
yeah, he's going to be in everyone's lineup.
Stealing. Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're right. But I'm still putting him in.
Of course you are. All right, let's see if I can get Joe here on the screen. Let's see here.
Huge.
Yes, let's get it. Ready?
Viewers, it's meteorologist Shomar Suchi here. I've been doing this since the beginning of the season, and this is our busiest week yet when it comes to weather for fantasy football. So let's just run down through the list here. We'll start off in Carolina. A shower early, but I think the bigger concern is the winds coming out of the west, sustained 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusts to the 30s, and we'll have that all game long. We'll take you up north. We'll go over to Cleveland here. Again, a couple of showers, mainly early in the game. I think the wind is the bigger issue with those west winds, 15 to 20 miles an hour sustained. You go to the Jets game, heavier rain and steadier rain throughout the game over in East Rutherford. We do have a gusty wind. It's going to get gustier coming out of the southwest as the game goes on. We'll take you down I-95 over to the Commanders game. That game is at 1 o'clock. We have some rain early. Again, it's going to be the wind. That's the bigger concern as we go through the game here, coming out of the south and west, turning to the west, 15 to 20, 25 miles an hour sustained. We'll go over a little bit further to the west. We'll get you to Nashville, Tennessee for the Titans game here. Really, we're talking about winds with this. Sunshine will come out here. Strong winds coming out of the south and west, gusts in the 30s. We'll get you all the way out west of Seattle for that 4 p.m. Eastern kickoff. Not much in the way of wind, but a good amount of rain throughout the game. So typical Seattle kind of weather that you expect as we go throughout the game. And then we'll get you into our Sunday night game. We'll take you back east out to Philadelphia here. We are looking for showers mainly early in the game here. Winds are going to be gusty coming out of the southwest and the west as the game goes on. So we got lots of weather here all across the country. Hope your team can weather the elements and win this week. Guys, back over to you.
Thanks, Joe. I mean, that was just wow.
Well played though, with weather the storm here. Weather the week. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Love the Tooch. Hey, Seattle, huh? A little rain game, a little running, a little your boy Kenneth Walker
Oh,
the
give me
third
all
and
day,
Jacobs.
all day, all day.
I like that.
Jacobs may not play,
You keep saying that.
and we won't know, but it is 11:30. I'm looking for now to see if anything has showed up, and nothing quite yet.
Nah, it'll take a minute to upload everything on the all the different sites for them to load up and say who's in and who's not.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, there's a lot of good deals out there, guys.
All right, so
Go ahead.
Fields is definitely inactive today.
Fields ain't playing.
Fields is out. All right, so that's the most important one right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all we've got so far. So Justin Fields confirmed not in this week. We'll keep you updated for the next 29 minutes as the news comes in. Let's get back to some tilts. Zach wants to know Herbert, Geno Smith, Jacoby Brissett need 2.
Herbert and Geno.
Yeah.
Right? Nice and easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Big Greens had to hop back in here, he says.
Yeah.
Would you guys start Bryce Perkins or Tyler Higbee in a super flex?
Perkins.
I mean, can you go out and get Mike White?
Against the Bears? Yeah, I guess that's okay. But no, weather, Tooch just told us. Feels like a lot of running going to happen in that game. Let's go Perkins, dude. He's a quarterback. I'm going to put him in. Oh, there he is. Look at it. He has the same question.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go Mike White than Bryce Perkins.
In the rain?
In the rain. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of dump down passes.
Definitely a QB in a super flex over Higbee.
Yeah.
So whichever.
I would take Mike White over Higbee.
I might take Kyle Allen over over Higbee.
He also wants to know Michael Carter or Deontay Foreman.
Michael Carter.
Michael Carter.
Yeah. There's a good chance he catches 6, 7, 8 balls today.
He says it is PPR with rushing yards boosted, but I still think of Michael Carter. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's going to catch the ball. He's going to get some,
That's a good. That's some good last minute tilts coming in from Big Greens. Shout out Big Greens. I don't have anything green on here. Anything.
Last time I pulled out money, he yelled at me because it was the wrong color.
I don't have any cash.
I got look. I don't
have any cash, man. I'm a credit guy.
Green dollar bill. Look, bro. Green dollar bill.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
boy.
the 20s are kind of green too.
Well, yeah. So now I gotta edit some of this stuff out. So Justin Fields definitely out. Mark Chase.
Oh, James Robinson is out.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Even more of a boost for Michael Carter.
Wow.
That was I didn't know that was coming.
I'm gonna have to switch some lineups with that.
That was out of nowhere.
Huh. Any news on Jamar Chase yet or no?
Still questionable. Why?
Okay.
Why? I don't understand why they're not coming in.
That's usually Mr. Swanson's job, you know?
Oh, he's always all over it.
Oh, Molly McKenzie. Welcome in, Molly McKenzie.
Welcome in. Welcome back.
She wants to know Pierce or Peoples-Jones in full PPR flex.
Hopefully it's Damian.
Yeah, I would think so.
Then I'll go Damian Pierce.
I would go Damian Pierce. What happens if it's Alex Pierce?
Alex Pierce. Then I go PPR. DPJ.
Then you go DPJ.
Not PPR, DPJ.
All right, yeah. So if it's Damian Pierce, it's Pierce over Peoples-Jones. If it is Alec Pierce, you're playing DPJ. Oh, she said it's Damian.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Molly. We really appreciate you.
Appreciate that, yeah.
If you like what you see, hit that like and subscribe. We're here each and every week throughout this season. Appreciate you. Thank you
Making
for
that playoff push now.
Playoff pushes, yeah. Big Green's come back. He said he drafted Fields last year and he goes off this year. Drafted Malik this year. So wait until next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rule of thumb with rookie quarterbacks is you don't want to push the envelope on them way too much unless you are almost guaranteed that they're going to be a start, like a Trevor Lawrence. And even then, it's a rookie season where we look at Kenny Pickett right now struggling.
He might be all right next year.
He's going to be great. I think he's going
I
to
don't
have
know about great.
I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback for the Steelers moving forward. Whether or not he's great, like
Yeah.
elite Josh Allen level, is yet to be
Yeah, that's
determined, and I don't
different.
think
I don't
he's
see
going to
that.
hit that. But with these rushing upside quarterbacks, you have to give them some time. Malik Willis was a dart throw to actually play this year, and the only reason why he got into playing time was because Ryan Tannehill was banged up.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have pulled the trigger on him earlier.
No, he wasn't ready.
Yeah, no, and he's still not ready.
Yeah.
And whether or not he's going to be ready next year is something of a debate to talk about in the offseason. So yeah, like the late round sleeper backup quarterbacks is something to be concerned about. And he says, just waiting for Deshaun to come back so I can bench Russ. Yeah, aren't we all?
Same, but I'm benching Aaron Rodgers instead. Or Mariota, one of the others going down.
Yeah, and I'm assuming, I mean, if Big Greens, if you're talking about a super flex league, you're talking about depth like Malik Willis kind of thing. I'm assuming this might be a super flex.
So we got a little update. Jamar Chase is out.
Okay, well there goes that.
Gus Edwards is officially playing. He's healthy.
Nice.
Yeah, but Fields and Jamar Chase and James Robinson so far are out.
Phew. Oh man, I can't believe he's out. Oh, I got some more officially active: Demarcus Robinson, Devin Duvernay, Logan Thomas, and then officially inactive: Justin Fields, Jamar Chase, Raheem Mostert, and James Robinson. So yeah, that's where it stands right now. We can take any other tilts that may be sitting there in the wings, depending on these players. Big Green says, thankfully, he has Geno to replace the Stafford, Rodgers, and Russ heavy drafts he had. Yeah, I mean, if you took Geno Smith, like I picked him up off of waivers in our dynasty league of record, and man, he has been a godsend. And probably the quarterback of the future for Seattle, the way he's been playing. He's proven enough to, I mean, he's proven to me and probably everyone that watches football that he can hang in there with the best and be a starting quarterback each and every week. I think Smith moving forward is a great play.
We got an update. Raheem Mostert is out.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Don't apologize.
I'm researching all kinds of stuff over here.
Yeah, so I'm going to switch up that. I'm going to make sure that we've got it here. Raheem Mostert, Jameson Robinson.
N'Keal Harry doesn't matter, but he's out.
Man, it's just one of those weeks, man. And Jamar Chase. I wasn't expecting the James Robinson thing. I don't have him in too many leagues, but
yeah, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, they're sending me all kinds of players updates that guys that don't matter. Eric Ezukanma, like he's the Dolphins' like fifth receiver. All right, sorry, he's out.
You gotta hate those dynasty
the
notifications.
Hunter Long, like on a taxi squad deep in one of my dynasty leagues. Like I'm not using Hunter Long today, guys. Relax, sleeper.
All right, and Big Greens wants to know: does he stack Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer, or start Gibson over one of them?
Oh, this is tough.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, between Gibson and Robinson, it's raining. They both could get 15 carries. Gibson's been getting
He's got Gibson, DPJ, and Dylan. Dylan, I wouldn't even consider. Gibson, I would. Man, I don't know. Do you play both Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer?
If you did against Kansas City, you would have been okay. Right? They both had decent games, you know what I mean? So do you expect the same kind of situation going up against the Cardinals? Yeah, right.
Better situation going up against the Cardinals.
Yeah. So I think I probably would start both of them.
Yeah,
It's a fair question, Big Greens.
Yeah, and I kind of like it more over Gibson because you got Brian Robinson there. They're going to try to run the ball against Atlanta. You can run against Atlanta. I think Gibson is involved, but he's not going to be the focal point of the offense. They're going to spread the ball around like they usually do. J.D. McKissick, questionable for this game. Yeah. He may actually come back. Logan Thomas is back in the fold. So those things are definitely all to be considered here. And I think your best bet maybe just to roll with both receivers, Big Greens.
Yeah, McKissick's not playing.
Yeah.
He's done for the year.
Oh, my bad.
Yep. They IR'd him for the year.
Andres Ayala. Hi, guys. Who wants to know Lamar or Geno in a standard league? It's hard to bench Lamar. So Lamar Jackson or Geno Smith?
Geno's playing the Raiders, but it's in the rain. I can't bench Lamar. Andres Ayala, I feel your pain. I don't want to bench Lamar. Do you? Come on.
I mean, can you?
Oh my god.
After a
So
bad
that means
week?
this week we'd be starting Geno Smith over Lamar. We'd be starting Rashad White over Alvin Kamara. Like the things that we're doing here are kind of outrageous.
All right. The one thing I noticed
mean, you
about
have
Geno
to.
Smith, all right, it doesn't matter about the matchup. The fact that he put up 20 plus fantasy points each and every week says something compared to Lamar Jackson, where he's been up and down, hasn't passed 20 fantasy points in the past 3 weeks. Yes, one of them is the bye. Last time he had a good game was up against Tampa Bay. Can he run the ball against Jacksonville with Gus Edwards playing in this one? I don't know if he has to.
I don't know if he has to either.
And with the passing game the way it is, I think DeMarcus Robinson or Duvernay does get lucky with a touchdown. Maybe Andrews gets lucky with a
They were
touchdown.
both a little banged up, though. They were both questionable. No Isaiah Likely. I think it's a running game kind of situation for them. And their offense sputtered, man. Like that was ugly against Carolina.
I'm going Geno Smith. And it's standard. So you're going to want to see the touchdowns.
Yeah, let's go Geno.
I'm going to go Geno.
He's got a better chance to hit DK or lock it on something long, even if it's in the rain, slant and go.
Yeah.
Situation.
Or Kenneth Walker dump down pass.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Mhm.
You know, it could happen. I've been waiting for it to happen. Actually, this game could be one that does happen. All right. I hope that helps, Andres.
It's tough, though. He's right. It is really tough to bench Lamar Jackson. But if you're trying to win and you're trying to survive, I think I might go Geno. You're right.
Zach said, yeah, he drafted Geno in the 20th round of one of his dynasty leagues. It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Silly Stats catching up with us. What's up, guys? Need one at the flex full PPR.
Full PPR.
He goes Kamara, Connor, or Wilson. Thanks, and my bad. I don't know what your bad is for, but I think it's Wilson here, and you don't look back.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. I might go Wilson and then Connor second over Kamara.
Yeah. Funny world we live in here in 2022, week 12.
Yeah.
It's just been wild week over week. It's been hard to say, but back to this Geno Smith conversation that we were having. Geno Smith is 8th overall.
Yeah.
At quarterback this season. He's just been playing top caliber football.
Yeah.
Reliable week in, week out.
Yeah, not making mistakes, hitting the open man. Not,
and I mean,
simple.
In a matchup against Vegas, where they are very susceptible to deep passes and across the field and everything else that goes along with it, I like Geno Smith over Lamar Jackson.
It's the matchup. You're right.
Wow.
I know. Crazy world.
Crazy world we live in. All right, we got about 18 minutes left. Make that 17 minutes left of this full tilt Sunday morning. Get your questions in while you can, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button if you've already asked your question. And if you have another one, don't be shy. Get in here now. Yeah, Juan. Are you tilting on anybody in any of your leagues? Let's ask that question. We haven't talked to in a while.
I think because of injuries and all the games that happened on Thursday, the only tilt I would have is I have one in our Dirty Dynasty League where it's between Juju, Mike Evans, and AJ Brown. And I got to start 2. But I'm going with Mike Evans and AJ Brown because they're Mike Evans and AJ Brown. Like, as much as Juju's been playing well, I tend to go with my stars and the guys that, got me here. So I don't know, though. Would you start Juju over either AJ Brown or Mike Evans?
Juju over
Mike Evans or AJ Brown?
No, you can't.
Right.
You can't.
That's what I figured.
And Mike Evans has been having a couple down weeks, but I think he has a comeback week this week, so you might be okay.
Yeah, his yardage hasn't been there, but he's still Mike Evans. He hasn't scored since week 4. So it might be a 2-touchdown game for Mike Evans today.
Yeah, right?
Those games are coming.
It could happen. Wait, are you playing him against me?
No, sir.
Okay, good.
We're playing against Ryan. No, we already established that you're trashing me in the Prime League and you have 107 points and you only played like 2 guys.
I didn't play 2. I
know, you
played
played like 5.
4 or 5.
5, yeah.
I was messing up with that Gabriel Davis pick, man. I wanted to play either DPJ, Pickens, or Curtis Samuel this week.
I wouldn't have done that though.
I was a
would've-
little
would've
late
started
on it,
Gabe
but I have
Davis.
Gibson. I
Oh.
have Gibson in the lineup as one of my flex plays against you.
Right.
So I'm okay with the Gibson pick.
I would
right
have started
there.
Gabe Davis too.
He's really boomer bust.
100%. I believe it. Yeah, but you know, I'm like that. I've had Mike Evans for years in Dynasty League. That's what I do. Boomer bust, baby.
Well, it's the same thing with Gabe Davis. He's boomer, but he's like the new Mike Evans.
Yeah. He kind of
Is that what it is? He
Yeah.
fits the profile, the
Number
physicality.
13, same size, everything, right?
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even
Early
think
in his
about the number
career,
matchup.
stretches the field. Because Evans used to do that. He still goes deep, but you know, before he was like a field stretcher.
That's a good Twitter post.
That's a nice little comp.
Is Gabe Davis the next Mike Evans?
Feels
Ooh,
like it. I like that, Chef. Use it.
yeah. Interesting.
Yep.
Very, very interesting. All right. Well, Juan, I don't think we got anything left.
I don't think so either, Chef. Everybody's ready. Their tilter all done.
Yeah.
Let's do the DraftKings thing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even pick my lineup, man.
Me neither. I mean, I was looking.
Oh, you were cheating on me, huh? Getting ahead of it.
I'm always researching.
Getting ahead of it. All right. So now I got to sit here and think about my lineup. Let's see here. The recurring contest. All right. Well, I mean, we're not really supposed to talk about who we're going to pick.
No, but we got to send it out in the thing here, right? In the chat so people can join it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see how I got to figure out how to do that real fast.
We're working this on the fly, guys. Bear with us, but we're going to send you a nice little link so you can come and join us on a little DraftKings daily lineup and have a little fun with it. See how many of you guys can beat the chef.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that really.
Notice how I didn't say come and beat me. Oh, Silly Stats is back with another tilt, and it's half PPR, Sutton or Marquise Brown. Already playing Hopkins. Damn, that makes you want to take Sutton, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's half point PPR. There's no Jerry Jeudy. I probably would go Sutton. And since I love to do this kind of research, I'll research it for you right now.
Cool. I don't even know how to get it in there like that. Let's see.
Yeah, it's Cortland Sutton. I mean, he only had 80 yards last week, but it was 5 catches for 80, 7 targets. The week before, 11. Yeah, he's had double-digit targets 4 times already this year. Carolina, if you're going to beat them, it's, you know, throwing the ball. So, yeah.
All right. If anybody wants to be,
I will go Sutton over Hollywood Brown coming back off of injury, and you already have, you know, DeAndre Hopkins going. So I'd rather not have 2 wide receivers from the same team if I can avoid it, especially when the option is something as decent as Sutton, and Sutton's a pretty decent option.
All right. So I do not know how to navigate this to where I can invite people in.
Oh.
I just don't know how to do that.
Okay. Is there a link that we can send out?
I'm trying to find one.
Because I know there's one that for the like Dan Lebitard and them, I know that there's a contest that they do and they just share the link, and it's usually something weird like dk.co/whatever, you know, but I don't know the specifics.
This is a 3-player contest. So we'd have to switch things. I can share the link.
There you go.
Just figured that out, how to do that. Let me do what I got to do real fast and email it to myself to get it over here. Let's see. I guess the first person to enter is going to be in it.
The third person is the first one of you guys that enters. You're in.
Here, let me get it on the screen here real fast. Just bear with me, people. I'm new at this.
Hey, Zach, I see you out there making moves, picking up Bryce Perkins in a league. He must have needed somebody. I'm not playing him today though.
All right, I'm going to drop the link in the chat if you guys want to play along with us. We can make it a bigger league. I can adjust that, all that.
Yeah. If anybody wants to join, let us know.
Oh, we got a late one coming in here from NSP7F.
Welcome in.
He says, pick 3 PPR, Jeff Wilson, James Conner, Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen. I am leaving out Christian Kirk in this one.
Oh, he's tired of eating the paper.
I don't want to taste that.
No, he doesn't need the paper. But yeah, Jeff Wilson, James Conner, and Keenan Allen seems fair to me. That's exactly what I would do.
Minnie Jordan wants to know, full PPR, should I drop Spiller for Kelly back from injury? I have Eckler. You can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really much of a concern. I don't think Kelly does or Spiller does the same thing that Eckler would have to do in that offense. You might be better off trying to pick up somebody else's backup, like a Matt Breida or someone like that.
Yeah, he's been getting touches.
I mean, you can't do it now because he just played, but think about that moving
Find a better
forward.
running game, maybe. Find a team that can run the ball a little better.
Rashad White would have been a perfect person to go after an attack on that one. And Adam Polio, welcome back, buddy.
Welcome back, Adam.
He wants to know Juju or Marquise Goodwin for Seattle, which is interesting. I think I would go Juju in that situation.
I have to go Juju.
The only reason why I would be playing Marquise Goodwin is if
Lockett was out.
Lockett or Metcalf were out. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's liable to score today. He's one of those players. He's still one of the fastest human beings on the planet. It's just I'd probably go Juju over him.
And then to add to Minnie Jordan, he goes, choose one to drop, Warren or James Cook. See, now that's the problem. Oof. I wouldn't drop either one of them.
Yeah, I'd rather have both of them than the previous question that we had, right?
Yeah, we see James Cook getting more carries, especially heading into the playoffs. If something were to happen to Devin Singletary, I think James Cook would get that starting role with only Nyheim Hines to battle off. And we see Nyheim Hines more so on special teams than anything else. Warren, same situation. If anything were to happen to Najee Harris, it's Jaylen Warren's backfield. So no, I would hold off on that. You don't necessarily want Kelly or Spiller because this is what happens. Okay, especially going into the playoffs, you don't want your specific backup in a sense where they can't hold the full workload. So if Eckler goes down, Spiller and Kelly would probably have split share. On the other side of things, Warren and James Cook. Now, if Singletary or Najee would go down, first off, you're taking away a backup from somebody else.
That's
on
true.
your
Chef
one of your
this is his tactic. He beat me for a championship this way.
This is how you think about it. You're eliminating the probability of your opponent getting their backup. So I wouldn't drop Warren. I wouldn't drop James Cook. And I doubt anybody other than the Eckler owner would actually go out and pick up Kelly coming back from injury while you already have Spiller there. I mean, I think you hold Minnie Jordan. I think that's the way to do it. If you need to pick up Kelly, yes, he could have an amazing game today. And I don't think anybody's running to the waiver wire on Tuesday to pick up Joshua Kelly. Nope. It just isn't the way it really works. He's not a spark, he's a 6th round draft pick, for God's sake. So I think you hold with Warren and James Cook on your bench.
Jalen Samuels, Damian Williams, and Malcolm Brown, was it? Yeah. Chef picked up all 3 of those dudes, not having none of their starters, but I believe I had Gurley, and I believe I had whoever was starting.
You had
I had Connor. I had James Conner, who was a starter. Jalen Samuels came in, had 13 catches, and then he brought in Malcolm Brown when Gurley went out, and he went off for 100 yards, and he beat me. I had both my starters go down, and I didn't pick them up off the waiver
nail
wire.
And the hammer was the Damian Williams.
Yeah, Damian Williams, yeah. So, and he went crazy that game, too. So he had all 3 running backs that he picked up off of waivers go crazy on me, which is kind of ironic when my team is the waiver wire heroes, that he would pick up 3 waiver wire dudes, and they would be heroes for him and leave me holding the bag again.
I mean, hey,
but that is his tactic, man, and it works.
I mean, that's how it goes, dude.
It works. If you have the roster space, it definitely works.
All right, I'm going to copy this link in here, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. I'll drop it. I guess, we could just do all destinations and just post it right here like this. That is the link. Copy it, paste it. First one in gets in for this week. If anybody else is interested to do this going forward, we have week 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. We could play this right through the fantasy playoffs. You guys want to play? We can add players. Just hit me up. Hit me up on the Tilt is Real Twitter page or Facebook page, and I will definitely add you into this contest. It's supposed to be fun. It's $5 a player. $5 a week, rather. You want to join in, jump in, set a lineup on DraftKings. So do it. It's not sponsored by anybody. We're just doing this for the Tilt Squad.
They're doing a Tilt Squad fun.
Tilt Squad fun and bragging rights on this side of the camera.
On this side of the camera. I won the only one we had, so bragging rights are on this side of the camera.
Oh,
Just for now, maybe.
yeah, maybe. We did it once. Whoop,
All right.
freaking do.
Hey, that's all that counts, man. That's
Zach-
the only one in the record book.
Zach wants to know Kenny Pickett or Bryce Perkins. It's Pickett for me.
Pick it Monday night, yeah.
Yeah. And then Adam Polio wants to know Drake. I'm assuming that's Kenyon Drake.
Mhm.
Yeah, I made that mistake earlier. Samaje Perine or Kareem Hunt. And it's out of Drake and Perine for
Yeah.
me. And the fact that Mixon is out of this one, Perine's going to get all the work. It's going to be Perine.
Yeah. No matter how good the Titans defense is, give me the volume, give me 20 carries. That'll work for me.
All right. If anybody wants to join that link, hit us
Yeah,
up.
Send me. You have to send it to me on the what you call it.
I have to send it to you
You know,
again.
yeah, every week.
Oh,
It's not just automatically in there.
all right. Well, I'll text it to you.
There you go.
My bad.
I mean, I guess I could have typed it all in, but. And you're welcome, Adam Polio. I see your tilt down there. Thanks, guys. Thank you, man. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. We'll be back week 13. One more week or 2 more weeks before your fantasy playoffs start, and we will be with you here throughout the playoffs to help you win your leagues. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, and Minnie Jordan said he's going to join next week. That sounds good. Hit me up, Minnie Jordan. You can, I'll send it in the YouTube chat. I think I just dropped it in the YouTube chat, believe it or not. So
We'll make it bigger next week. Like leave it open, and then we'll post it at the beginning of the show. So
Yeah.
it's running on the banner at the bottom.
yeah, I think that's the better way to do that there. And it was kind of poor impromptu. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Yes.
And
Good luck out there. Happy tilting.
happy tilting. Until next week, from Juan, from James, and Mr. Swanson,
Mr. Swanson.
we appreciate you. And yes, another great Sunday tilt, fellas. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for everybody that jumped in the chat, answered, hit that like and subscribe button on our YouTube channel at The Tilt Is Real. And we will check you out next week.
Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt Is Real.